Hey, what's up everyone? Danny Lightning back with another CSR2 video. So there are 15 tier 1 cars and we're going to list these from slowest to fastest. Remember, the first car you should buy is the Volkswagen Golf GTI without the star. That is the best car to get for new players. But let's get to number 15 and start off from slowest to fastest so you guys can see which ones are the best. The slowest tier 1 car in the game is the Toyota 86. Most people buy this one first, unfortunately, but this is the slowest, running at 12.441 in the quarter mile. Next will be the Mustang Boss 302 without any of the elite upgrades, coming in at 12.409. Once you put elite upgrades on this car, it will run faster. Next, we have the Volkswagen GTI. If you get the one from the dealership, it's not going to have the star, and that one's going to run about a 12.2. If you're able to pull this out of a crate, it will have a star, and that will be faster, so that will be up higher on the list a little later. The next car, at some point, you will get for free. This is one of the cars for Tempest 3. Once you get to the Tempest 3 races, they will give you this car for free. It can run a 12.050, but I don't really like this car. It's not a great car in my opinion, but you will get it for free at some point. It took me about 8 or 9 months into the game before I think I got this one for free myself. Next, we have the Mini Cooper S, which can run a 12.018, but you do not want to upgrade the engine on this car. There's some sort of a glitch where if you move the engine to stage 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5, it runs slower. So when you get this one, do not upgrade the engine. Personally, I don't really care for the Mini Cooper. I don't think it's a great car in the game, but it can run a, where to go, 12.018, which really isn't too bad if you don't upgrade the engine. Next, we have the Abarth 500, which is actually a really good little car. I like to live race this car. This one comes in running 11.984 when it's maxed out, and it doesn't look like much, but it is a cool little car. I like this one a lot, even though it's not one of the best tier 1 cars in the game. It's just a nice tier 1 car. Next, we have the Hyundai Veloster Turbo R Spec. I don't really care for this car, but it can run 11.9s. Definitely not one of my favorites, but this car will run 11.912. That's the fastest recorded time for the car so far. Next, we have Conduit's Volkswagen Golf GTI Mark 1. This is a boss car that you will eventually win from one of the Tempest races. This is a cool little car. This little guy is capable of running about an 11.831 if you max it out. And hey, I kind of like this one. It's a good little live racer, fun car. When you win this, if you like the car and you think you're still going to be using tier 1 cars, it might be worth upgrading just because of the cool factor. Next, we have the Ford Focus Trackster. This is the non-boss version. There's another version that's a boss version that's a little bit faster, but this one is capable of running 11.818 when completely maxed out. These are very little cool cars, but the boss version is way better than this one, in my opinion. Next, we have Angel's Civic VTEC. This is another one of the boss cars. Eventually, you will win this from Tempest. I think this one is either Tempest 1 or Tempest 2, but this car is capable of running 11.809, and it's a very good live racing car. It's another one that's worth upgrading just because of the cool factor when you get it. I really like this little car for a tier 1 car. I rarely drive tier 1 cars anymore, but this one is cool. Next up on the list is the Ford Fiesta ST. This is a tier 1 car that I've actually never driven and I don't really know anything about, but the fastest recorded time is an 11.800. But yeah, I don't know anything about this one. Some people seem to like it. It is the 5th fastest tier 1 car in the games. Now, when you get to the Volkswagen GTI that does have the star, this one can run 11.792. And the one with or without the star can beat the first, second, and third boss in the game and win the boss cars just fine. You will need that Miata for the 4th boss. Like I said, they will give you that car for free at some point. But I really like this. I think the GTI is probably the first car you should buy as a brand new player. You know, eventually you might get the one with stars, but everybody should always buy the non-starred version first. Next, we have the Honda Civic 1.5 VTEC. This is the non-boss version. For some reason, this one is faster than the boss version. This one runs 11.776. You think the boss one will be faster, but for some reason, the non-boss version of this car is faster, even though it's got less stars and they're gold instead of purple. But hey, this is the 3rd fastest tier 1 car in the game. Next up, we have Sneak's Ford Focus Trackster. This is one of my all-time favorite Tier 1 cars. This is another one you have to beat a boss and win from the boss, so it'll take you a while to get this one. This one's fastest recorded time is 11.592, and this is just an all-around really good boss car. I love it for live racing. It just does a really good job at pretty much everything, and that is the second fastest Tier 1 car in the game. Alright, so we're back to the Mustang Boss 302. Once you have all of the elite upgrades on it, as you can see, we are on elite level maxed out, right? We are maxed out on the elite levels on this car. And once you have this thing fully elite, it's capable of running 11.551, making it the very fastest Tier 1 car in the game. The only reason I don't recommend new players getting this one is because when you first get it, it doesn't have any of these elite upgrades, and it is the slowest out of all the Tier 1 cars. And it does take a while to acquire all the elite stuff and make this car nice and fast. So I don't recommend this for somebody who's just starting out. Eventually, you're going to get this, and this will turn into the best Tier 1 car in the game. But like I said, you got to collect all those elite tokens, which can take maybe months for some people. So not the best car to start off with, even though it is the best once you fully max it out with all the elite stuff. Alright, so there we have it. If you guys would like to learn more about CSR2 racing, if you go to my YouTube channel and you scroll down, you're going to see my playlist where we cover everything from tuning cars, live racing, how to drive different cars, the boss races, you name it, it's on there. We got playlists for new players, playlists for seasoned players. We cover pretty much everything in the game on those playlists. For more amazing CSR2 racing content, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. I do my best to make very helpful videos for you guys, so if you would like to help support the channel, which helps it keep running and get the things it needs, check out the join button down below the video to become a member. Check out the affiliate links to the video's description and the pinned comment. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are amazing. Lightning out. Have a great day. See ya.